We deserve each other, me and Bach. Jennifer Coolidge as Nessa. We deserve each other, me and Bach.
It's the Pesto Pod, the Pesto Pod, the Pesto Pod.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Pesto Pod. As you can see here, we have a guest. Okay, it's been a whirlwind, but this sweet angel baby is Willow. Willow, do you have anything to say? Oh, she kind of squeaked a little bit. Willow is an angel. I call her Willow, Willow Bear, Willow Louise, Dula Peep. I've been calling her Dula Peep lately. And by lately, I mean the last few hours because I just got her. She's not mine. I'm fostering. This is my first time ever fostering a dog. And I've wanted to do it for a very long time because I'm a rover dog sitter. Where's your diaper, bitch? Hold on. Pause. Okay, I've been putting a diaper on Willow. Here's why. She's housebroken, but allow me to just have my moment here. So I've always wanted to foster, and I applied to be a foster for this rescue agency called True North, and their whole shtick is they rescue dogs from the deep south because apparently they're really fucking with their dogs down there, unsure, and they ship them on up to the Great North because apparently dogs are way more likely to get adopted in like northeastern cities, which like kind of checks to me. It's where all like the like Williamsburg lesbians live. And they all have dogs. So it all makes sense in my head. So they ship them up north. I could not get Willow when her van came in from Texas. I was not in town. And so I needed a 1-day hold on her. And they very graciously allowed that to happen because they were really short on fosters. They apparently rescued 30 dogs from a hoarding situation in Texas. Very sad. Not much is known about them. Obvi, we don't know much about Willow. She's a Chihuahua, but I think maybe Rat Terrier and also some Italian Greyhound because my girl is shaped crazy. Body T. But so they gave her to someone who agreed to hold her for a day for me, which I feel bad for putting her through like even more transit and stuff. But I said like, listen, if you guys need me, I'm here, but this is the time constraints I'm working with, and they were very good about it. So, look at her just staring. Are these lights too bright for you, little bear? So, it's the day I'm supposed to get her. I have all of her belongings and stuff. I bought a crate. I bought, leash, collar, food bowls, like everything, dog food, everything. And the person that's housing her for the night calls me and says, hey, I just wonder what you are like coming to pick Willow up in. And I had a cat carrier that I borrowed from my friend. And she was like, I just want to advise you maybe to put like a towel down in the carrier because she's leaking a little bit. And I was like, leaking what, babe? Piss, shit, milk, blood? Like, can I get a range of substance, of viscosity? The bare minimum would be great. I get there. This poor baby has shit dripping down her legs. I'm sorry, trigger warning. It's disgusting. She had so much poop on her. And it wasn't the fault of the person housing her. She just had really, really bad diarrhea. It definitely happens to dogs that like they rescue and then they have to take these really long car trips because some of them have like never been in a car. They're eating food that they're not used to eating. They are housed with all these other dogs like in this van. Like God knows what infections they're getting. And I don't know, she got a stomach bug or something and she was just shitting. And I've grown up with a dog. This was not like diarrhea. This was what I like to call butt pee. Pardon my vulgarity. Butt pee. Just liquid dripping out. Poor baby. She was so uncomfortable. I could tell she was in a lot of pain. Well, I don't know. She was still like very happy to see me, like tail wagging and stuff, but her butt is giving her some issues, you can tell. And like I just was not prepared for the intensity of the situation. And then I like immediately was like, oh my God, what have I done? I can't bring this poopy dog back to my house. I have a carpet, like she's just dripping shit. And so I kind of start tearing up with this random woman who was housing her for the night. And I was like, oh man, I don't even know how I'm going to get her home. And the woman was really nice. She had some like antibiotics for her dog that she gave me to give to Willow that she said will stop the diarrhea. So that's what I've been giving her. And then I didn't have like time to run to the Petco near me. So I did the next best thing, which was go to CVS and pick up preemie diapers. I got preemie diapers and I've been cutting holes in them for the tail. And I've just been putting them on her when we're not outside. It's not like she's having accidents. Like she's not trying to poop. She's housebroken. I really think she is. She hasn't peed inside once. And I haven't seen her like squat to poop. Sorry, this is so gross, but this is what I'm dealing with. I haven't seen her like squat to poop. So I don't think she means to. It's just like slowly dripping out of her. It's just coming out of her. Like poor honey has no control. So put a diaper on just to stop some of that leakage. And within a day, the progress she has made has been incredible. She is now doing some normal poops. They're still a little not what I'd like them to be. So she is supposed to have the diaper on, but she took it off because she has thumbs, ? And so I just had like, if I'm sitting with her, I'll just like put a towel down, or I have an old blanket in her crate that I don't give a shit about. Give a shit, pun intended. So yeah. That little hiccup aside, she's the sweetest. I don't know if you're just listening, like go click the video. She is the sweetest little angel baby I've ever seen. She has the greatest temperament. She's so chill. She's so quiet. She doesn't bark at all. And she's so small. She's 8 pounds. And I love her. She's so I don't think I'm going to foster fail. I don't have the means to have a dog right now, but she is the perfect apartment dog. If you live in an apartment, like this is what you need. She's basically a cat. I mean, if you wanted to, you could train her on puppy pads. I don't love that. I think it's gross. But if you're like someone who literally wants a cat but a dog, fucking do it. What is it? What the fuck do I care? She's doing great adjusting to the city. We've been on lots of walks, and I don't know, the sounds like don't freak her out, which is crazy because she's coming from like a fucking basement in Texas with 30 other dogs. All she wants is affection. She's such a snuggler. She just wants to be on my lap. I tried to put her in the crate last night and she cried. Eventually I had to just put a towel down on my bed and snuggle with her in my bed, and she was great. She didn't have any accidents in my bed. She's perfect. I love her. If I could keep her, I would, but I can't right now. She is so perfect. If anyone wants to adopt her, please reach out to me, because she's literally yours. If you want her, she's yours. And she's so perfect. She's just like she's just sitting here. Look at her. And she like loves to look at this. She loves this. Oh, she loves to be like wrapped up like a little burrito. Oh, good sniff. And she's just like angel baby. I really love her. And yeah, I think she'll be absolutely no problem with house training. She just is having some butt problems right now. But you know what? Don't we all? That's what I was like, should I keep her? I really relate to her like on a spiritual level because, you know, I shit myself in LaGuardia once. So we've all been there, sis. But I can't keep her. Also, I think she might have had puppies like recently. Her nips are kind of wonky. Yet another. Ow! That was a little bit of teeth. Don't do that. Her nips are a little wonky, which is another reason why, you know, me and her are kindred spirits. Did you see her try to mouth me? She's trying to play. Now she thinks this is a game. Relax, Willow baby. Doula peep. So I have a foster dog. Yesterday was crazy. I was like figuring out what the fuck am I going to do with all this shit everywhere. Like she sat on one of my pillows and I was like, I guess that's her pillow now. There's shit particles on it probably. Right now she's going to town inspecting her booty. Like, give it a rest, babe. It's not that deep. I'm going to put her down. I think she needs a moment. Okay. Now that that's taken care of, let's get down to business. I hope everyone did their assignment for this week. Did everyone do their assignment for this week? Did everyone go and watch Wicked? Good. Oh, she went in her crate. She's so good. She's perfect. She's literally sleeping in her crate. What more could you want from a little angel dog? Also, she gives huge fucking Oh, what's his name? Bruiser from Legally Blonde vibes. You could stick this dog in a person, she wouldn't give a shit. Okay, enough about Willow though. For real, for real. Wicked. Let's talk about it. I was home last week in Rochester, New York, and, you know, for Thanksgiving. Hope everyone's Thanksgiving was good, by the way. Hope you gave thanks. Hope we took a moment of silence for what this country has done to our Native American populations. Terrible. And also, I hope you ate great food. I wanted to see Wicked. Now, my sister had texted me and was like, I want to see Wicked with you. And I'm not going to see my sister until Christmas. So I was like, that's a funny joke that you think I'm going to wait until Christmas to see Wicked. It's literally holding space all over my fucking For You page. And that is a space I will not hold, is waiting that long to see Wicked. So I was like, good fucking luck. And she was like, no, I'll be really mad if you see it. But then my cousin was in town for Thanksgiving and me and her were like, we want to see Wicked. But I was like, no one tell my sister. Like, we have to lie. And she was telling her mom and like my aunts and stuff that we were going to see a movie. Of course, they asked what movie. She doesn't want it to somehow get back to my sister that we're seeing Wicked. So she says Moana 2, which is hilarious because I am 23 and my cousin is 30 and we're going to see Moana 2, which I would go see Moana 2 right now by myself if given the chance. But I just don't think my family was expecting that answer. And they were like literally, what? You're seeing Moana 2? And then my grandma was like, we have a movie theater here. We got a movie theater in this town. Literally, the movie theater is on my way from her house to my house. So my grandpa and her have to pass the movie theater to come to my house, which is at least once a week. Also, why are they driving? They're 93. Let's take their keys away. Maybe. So I went and saw Wicked. I can't believe she didn't know that there was. Grandma had some great one-liners this Thanksgiving break. First of all, I'm sitting at the kitchen table. She goes, do you like Nutella? And I went, yeah. And she went, then you're queer. What the fuck? I think she obviously meant queer as in like strange. But I was like, Grandma, you can't say queer if you mean it in a derogatory way. Also, Nutella equals LGBT? Question mark? Nutella equals queer? Nutella equals queer media holding space? That's crazy. That's crazy. Another crazy thing she said. So then we eventually came clean and said we were seeing Wicked. My sister knows I'm seeing Wicked, by the way. I told her I was going to see it and she was like, I'm seeing it next week. And I was like, bitch, what the fuck? Be so for real. So I told my grandma that Anna and I saw Wicked and she was like, you know, I've been seeing ads for that. Why is she green? Why is the witch green? And I was like, she's like born that way. And it's like everyone judges her because she's green and she wants to be not green, but then she like embraces it. It's like literally the whole plot of the movie. And she's like, no, but why did they choose that color? And I was like, that's what color she is in The Wizard of Oz. My grandma goes, no, she's not. I was like, what, babe? She's like, the witch isn't green in The Wizard of Oz. She's played by Margaret Hamilton, who's a white lady. I was like, well, yeah, like naturally, she's a white person that they painted green. There are no green people, Grandma. I was like, what do you mean? I was like, yeah, they paint her green. She's like, no, they don't. I was like, Grandma, I had to literally look up a clip from Wizard of Oz and show her that the witch is fucking green. And she's like, is that from the Wizard of Oz? I don't know. And I was like, you think I'm gaslighting you into thinking the witch is like, what? Oh, she's losing it. She's losing it. I saw Wicked. Here's what I thought. Let me get this right out of the way first and foremost. I'm very particular when it comes to my movie musicals because I'm a purist. I'm a theater nerd through and through and a Broadway lover. I think that Wicked as a Broadway show is a theater lover's wet dream. It has everything. Like, okay, like Six, right? Six, like the Henry VIII musical. Great show, but if you're let's say you're taking your mom who's like never seen a Broadway show to Broadway, you're not going to want to take them to Six because it's more of a concert. It's not going to give you that like Broadway, like there's no like set or plot, or it's just, I mean, it's fantastic. The songs are great. I love working out to Six, by the way. There's nothing like being on an elliptical hearing my name's Catherine of Aragon, like it just hits different. But yeah, I Wicked to me is more of that, like, It's got the set, it's got the costumes, it's got special effects. It's grand. It's the talent is out of this world. The songs are incredible. It's like it's got so much. The budget, I don't know. Maybe that's like me being like not looking into the art as deeply as I should, but it's just so Broadway. It's so delicious. But I will say this. The first time I saw the first time I saw Wicked, I just saw the national touring version. I was in high school. And afterwards, I had to look up the plot because there were some things that I didn't quite follow. I was like, wait, who's this now? And I had to look it up afterwards. Same thing with, I saw it on Broadway last year with my sister, and she was like asking me all these questions, like, why did they do that? And I was like, I had to explain because I remembered from reading it. It's a lot to fit into a show. And I mean, it's done beautifully. But I'm going to say something crazy. I think the movie plot was a lot easier to follow. And I'm not saying the movie's better than the stage version. There's only so many movie musicals that I think even come close to the stage version, let alone top it. And those are Hairspray, 2007, and Mamma Mia. Like In the Heights, shut the fuck up. Why would I watch In the Heights if I could see it? Like, the movie's not going to hold it. Mean Girls, the Mean Girls musical movie is trash from the garbage, from the dumpster, from the scum of the muck of the sea. Except Renee, obviously. But like that is not like seeing the show, So I was very nervous going in because I was like, are they going to do justice to the stage show? I don't like when they try to be too like outside the box. Obviously, you want to make the character your own and all this poopy baloney, but I was like, I'm a Broadway lover. Like, let's fucking take it easy. And I was very skeptical about Miss Ariana because I said that's a pop star and she better not come into fucking Wicked going, oh, yeah. Like, I won't be here. I don't want that. I want goodness knows, like, let's lock in. I was so pleasantly surprised. The plot was so much easier to follow. Obviously, Miss Ari, did her research. I said that weird. Miss Ari did her research and trained her voice and took over that role and ate it down boots pussy. And Cynthia Erivo, obviously incredible. Is she my favorite Elphaba? No, but I think she's better than Idina Menzel. I said it. My favorite Elphaba is Jessica Vosk. And it was great. Let me think what else. Jeff Goldblum I loved. I don't know if he can sing, but that I'm okay with. I don't know why I'm like I'll let Jeff Goldblum slide. That sexy motherfucker. There's a video of him with Teffy from like Hello Teffy, and it's her interviewing him at the Met, and he like calls her darling, and he asks if he can see her nails, and he like holds her hand. Oh my god, it's really hot. It makes me jizz in my pants. So I actually really enjoyed Jeff Goldblum in that. Jonathan Bailey is sexy as hell. Yeah, and he's a Broadway guy first and foremost, so like 100% fitting. He sounded great. My critiques of the film. Let's talk about it. My critiques of the film. Michelle Yeoh, not my fave. I don't think she was the strongest like person they could have cast in that role. Obviously, I might be biased because I'm looking at my throw pillow that has a picture of her face on it, but I think Meryl Streep would have eaten up that role. That is like so her, like a little like sexy little, like secretly a little evil, like a little wig moment. Like I think she would have absolutely eaten that up. And Michelle Yeoh can't really sing, and I don't know. I just found it weird, like seeing her try to be like whimsical. I was like, Michelle, you're a drama actress. Sit down. Also, if I could make a note to the cast, Ariana Grande, your eyelashes need to be 1/4 of a centimeter shorter. They're just a little long, and it's strange to watch. Other than that, I don't have any other real notes really. Peter Dinklage ate it up as that little goat motherfucker, and I found it so nice to watch. I teared up at Defying Gravity when she doesn't get on the broom. The Defying Gravity scene, I feel like I understood it more than I actually do in the musical, because I'm like, oh, like Alfie loves Glinda and that's why she's giving her what she wants, which is to be loved. So she's like, let me just be the villain and get what I want. And me being the villain will give this girlie what she wants. And we'll both have what we want. We'll both be happy. I hope you're happy in the end. You know? So like, I don't know. It hit me different. What can I say? But after watching Wicked, it made me really want to go watch The Wizard of Oz. I just wanted to like see the OG, and that's what we're going to talk about today. But like in a history kind of mood, because, you know, this is supposed to be school. So let's talk about The Wizard of Oz. 1939, Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer, and it was released. It actually didn't do well in the box office. It became way more famous and started making way more money when it was re-released for television in 1949. But initially what am I saying? God, I'm really frazzled. I was cleaning up shit all night. Initially it only like barely made back any money, so it really didn't have much profit. We've got Dorothy Gale, Judy Garland. She was 16 at the time. They weren't sure if they were going to cast her. They had a lot of other younger options in mind. One of them was Shirley Temple, who I just learned. Did y'all know Shirley Temple is the ambassador? Well, not anymore. She's dead, but she was the ambassador to Czechoslovakia. Hello? Shirley Temple. You would think the most famous child actress of all time would end up like going fucking crazy, right? You think you'd read in the news that she was found dead like in a fucking alley with like, I don't know, $3,000 worth of crack cocaine. But she is the ambassador to Czechoslovakia. What a win for Shirley. I'm so team Shirley. She didn't get it, obvi. They went with Miss Judy Garland, who is an icon. I do love her singing voice. I do love when she sings Somewhere Over the Rainbow. She's got like very long vowels and she like somewhere, like, I don't know. I just love it. But yeah, they cast Judy Garland. There's a lot of talk about abuse of Judy Garland on set. Apparently she was put on this crazy diet because they wanted her to like be young and childlike. Supposedly that diet was chicken soup and cigarettes, the two main food groups. And I think they might have like binded her like yiddies because they want her to seem more like childish, because she's supposed to be like this little girl, right? And she's like sitting there with like these tiggle bitties. And they also, this is 1939, there's no like fucking union or labor laws or anything, so the studios like worked these actors like crazy. They would shoot for like days at a time, and they'd give them pep pills to stay awake, and then they'd give them sleeping pills so they could go to sleep and come back well rested. And many say that this is the start of Judy's decline, because this is when she started to get addicted to drugas. Also, right after Wizard of Oz, or like sometime after, she wanted to get therapy. She was like trying to seek therapy, and they wouldn't let her. The freaking MGM wouldn't let her because they were like, it's not going to look good if it gets out that our star is in fucking therapy. Cry me a river. Shaft me up the ass with a rusty nail. Are we so for real? Like, come on. Come on. It's also, oh my God, reported that not during Wizard of Oz, like sometime after, but Judy Garland was still signed with MGM and was still like a lead in all of their movies, and she was like their star little gal, and she'd gotten married pretty young. And she fucking got pregnant while married with a wanted baby, and MGM made her abort it because it wouldn't work with their filming schedule. Good Lord. Are we serious? That's crazy. That's insane. Yeah, they really did my girl Judy so dirty over there at MGM. And she met, I think it was through... She met one of like her first husband, I think through Wizard of Oz, and of course he's like way older than her. This is how the story goes. It's history repeating itself, babe. So Judy, love, we'll set that aside. What else do we know about The Wizard of Oz? Well, I just found this out recently when I rewatched it. I knew that the actors played multiple characters. Like the Scarecrow guy is also one of the farm hands in real life. And then like whoever's the Tin Man in her dream is one of the farm dudes. And I knew that like the professor, that like weird nutty professor, is the wizard. But when I was rewatching it, I was like, this fucker is in every scene. He plays so many parts. He's like the guard, the doorkeeper, the fucking trumpeter, the horse carriage boy. Like, he's in everything. I forget his name. And there's like an urban legend that supposedly when they were searching for costumes for the professor, they hit this thrift store and they found this coat that they thought like looked just weathered enough that it would be good for the professor. And then when the professor tried the coat on, or the actor or whatever tried the coat on, he saw that there was a label in the coat that said it had originally belonged to L. Frank Baum, author of Wizard of Oz, which is very spooky if true, but that's also like a little legend. And then supposedly the author, L. Frank Baum, Mrs. Baum, his widow, confirmed, like, oh my God, that's my husband's coat. And he wore it in the movie. This is rumor, but I'd like to believe it's true because that's whimsical and fun. What else? Oh, the red slippers. That was something about the Wicked movie too. In the book, the slippers are not red, they're silver. The reason that the 1939 Wizard of Oz changed it is because Technicolor was like so new and they really wanted to like show off the bright colors and everything, so they changed the slippers to red to like basically flex on them, if you will. And that's another reason I think why Wizard of Oz is like such a like influential movie and like one of the greatest movies of our lifetime, because not my lifetime, the lifetime of movies, I guess, because of the Technicolor. It was like the first of its kind in terms of like the effects and the spectacle, and it ate down. But yeah, the slippers are not red in the book, and they chose to go back to the original book version in Wicked because Nessa is fucking sitting there with those silver. I didn't love her voice. I didn't love Nessa's voice. And Ethan Slater, like, yeah, he can sing, but I just hear SpongeBob, you know? I don't know about that. Oh my God, and Bowen Yang made the movie for me. Bowen Yang was so funny. I heard a rumor that Ariana Grande insisted that he be cast. She was like, you need to cast Bowen Yang or I'm going to walk, which I just made that up. But that's like a rumor going around, which if so, like, love that friendship. Oh, this is also something crazy. So Liza Minnelli, who is Judy Garland's daughter, grew up to marry Jack Haley Jr., who is the son of Jack Haley, who played the Tin Man. So Dorothy and the Tin Man's children got married. Obviously, they got divorced because that's how it works in Hollywood. But can you believe that? How cute is that? It reminds me of, and I think I've said this before, but I took a class where we studied animation and they brought in a special guest, and it was the woman who plays Karen on SpongeBob. I know this sounds like it has nothing to do with The Wizard of Oz, but hear me out. She plays Karen on SpongeBob. Her name's Jill Talley. And there was like a question and answer session, and I asked her, I was like, as someone who grew up with SpongeBob, like as their childhood show, what is something that you could tell me that would like just make my day? Like something behind the scenes that would like change everything and make it even better for me. And she said, it was a great answer, her kid, because she's married to Tom Kenny, who plays SpongeBob, their kid, and then like the guy who plays Patrick, his kid, and the director's kid, and like all the kids of the cast all live in New York City and hang out. Somewhere in this godforsaken city, there is like a little book club or something, a little pub crawl, and it's all the children of the SpongeBob actors. And that is the same vibe as Liza Minnelli marrying the Tin Man's son. I love it. I love when I find out celebrities are married to other celebrities. I love that. It's like, oh, you know her? I know her, you know? So yeah. Also, yeah, the Technicolor made Wizard of Oz so impressive, but so did the effects. And there's a lot of like lore behind that too. This is a very lore heavy movie. It comes with pages and pages of lore. They have like a fire effect when the witch appears and disappears, and supposedly actually not supposedly, confirmed, in the Munchkinland scene, that stunt went wrong and it severely burned Margaret Hamilton, who played the Wicked Witch. And she had to go to the hospital and she had 3rd-degree burns on her hands because of fucking MGM. And then to do the house in the tornado, I read that it was just a miniature, which like totally makes sense to me. It gives like Aardman vibes, like fucking claymation, Wallace and Gromit, where the house is like spinning. You know what I mean? And there was a lot of things that now we'd be like, oh, gagged, such as the Tin Man costume was made out of aluminum, or I'm sorry, the makeup was aluminum, so it's highly toxic. The first actor they hired to play the Tin Man had to drop out because he became so sick from the makeup that he was hospitalized. Margaret Hamilton's makeup was copper based, the green. So she had a lot of long lasting skin problems from that makeup. And also controversial as fuck, the lion, his costume was made out of real lion pelt. You can't do that. You can't skin Simba to make your movie, bruh. But they did. And the scarecrow had like a prosthetic burlap sack looking thing on his face to be more scarecrow-esque. And that gave him long-lasting skin damage. All in all, it seems that this movie, whilst adored by the American public, really took a terrible toll on its actors. But I rewatched it in the spirit of Wicked season. And here are my takeaways of my rewatch of The Wizard of Oz. Number 1. Judy Garland is odd looking. Don't you think she's odd looking? Not like I'm not saying she's ugly. I'm saying that I'm surprised she like was so big in that time period with 20 years later, like Marilyn Monroe is taking over, because she's just very non-traditional beauty. You know, you think like blonde bombshell, huge tits, big ass. No. She's like very soft and her features are like dark, and I don't know. She kind of reminds me of Jackie Kennedy. Like sometimes I don't know if Jackie Kennedy is all that. Like I'm like, this was the like beauty icon of her era. She looks like someone I would see on the street. Also, the memes of Jackie Kennedy eating sheet metal make my day. Jackie wants sheet metal. Like, why does she look like she's fucking munching on nuts and bolts? She does, though. She does. Also on my rewatch, the lion, fucking annoying. I wanted to blow his brains out. That lion, when he's like, get a grip, and he sings his little song, and he's like, King of the Forest. Why is he doing all that? I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of the lion. Every time he's on screen, I would fast forward. I also kind of got peeved by Glinda. I guess a lot of this movie annoys me. I don't know. Glinda peeved me. The sound of her voice was weird. Didn't you think she had like a weird transatlantic accent that went too far? There's one part where Dorothy's like, I'm not a witch, and then she goes, is that the witch? She goes, no, that's my dog Toto. And then fucking Glinda goes, well, I'm a little muddled. What the fuck are we saying right now? I'm a little muddled. What accent is that? Shut up, you know? So I didn't like her. I also think the flying monkeys were so scary. Probably too scary for children at the time, but also I'm all for children's movies having scary things. I'm a big supporter of that, as previously mentioned. I guess that's all my takeaways of The Wizard of Oz. I'm loving this Wicked era that's happening right now online. I'm loving watching the press tour clips, obviously loving Holding Space. I'm loving that there are interviews about the Holding Space interview. That's insane. I know more about Ariana Grande than I ever thought I would. And I wish her eyelashes were shorter. That's all I have to say. They're too long, Ari. Take them off. Maybe she doesn't have any eyelashes. Maybe that's the secret. She has to glue on those fucking millipede legs because there's nothing there. I would ask the class for any questions, but I didn't post on Instagram at all yesterday because I was really busy with Poopy Butt McGee over there, Miss Dula Peep, who was pooping on the floor. And, I was busy crafting diapers. So it was a rough one. So no questions. Hold your questions till next week. Or just look them up, Have you ever thought of that? And my takeaways are, if you're going to remake a Broadway musical, you better have the budget. You better have the budget. You better do the research. You better have the time. You better make the commitment. You better cast that shit. Get Russell Crowe out of Les Mis 2012. Like, I want people who can sing. I want people who are talented, dynamic, record-breaking, spectacular, show-stopping actors. And nothing less. This is Broadway. We're not fucking around. Also, go watch Wizard of Oz for a little jaunt down memory lane. Yes, the characters are annoying, but it's just a classic. It reminds me of simpler times. Am I right? Better days. That's all I have to say today. Please, 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 please consider opening your home to sweet Willow baby. She's so perfect, and she's just sleeping on her little bed in her crate over there, being a little angel. And she would be such a good apartment dog. If you live in the city and you are like a little girly pop and you want a dog that you can stick in your purse and take everywhere and will be like relatively unbothered by that, this is your dog. She's such an angel. She's basically like a discount Italian Greyhound, I think. So please DM me if you're interested in Willow at all, and spread the word so that we can get little baby to her forever home. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this little film history jaunt. Don't forget I'm a film major. Nobody forget that. Can you guys write that down? I feel like that goes forgotten. Also, if anyone has any jobs that you want to hire me for, I'm available as soon as this dog gets adopted, because right now I'm not available. I'm very busy picking up shit. Peace and love. Everyone tip your waiters. See you next week.